Hi everyone, it's Nathara, and today I'm going to be going over the scene pack Snowfall Lake. It is one of the rerun packs they're offering right now, and in it you only get the pack contents, you do not get the display outfit. So today we're going to be going over the chat bubble, Rhyming Summer, the half-length pose, Snowy Night Wanderer, the scene, Moonlit Lake, and the dynamic pose, Snow's Heart. So here is the scene in its entirety. There is just a sharp edge right here where the ice ends and then where the snow ends. But the background is really nice, and I do like the moon in the back. It's very pretty. And here's your posable area, a touch small considering how big the background seems to be. I kind of have thought that we would be able to go a little bit further back onto the frozen lake, but you really can't, and it's a little disappointing, but the scene's still really beautiful, and there's still a lot of atmosphere within the area right there. And you do only sink down this far. It is one of those scenes as well that you can raise your character up quite high and get just a star sky as a background with a couple of clouds. But you can go quite high up. So here's the lighting from the front, the lighting from the right, the lighting from the back, and the lighting from the left. And here's the lighting on the lightest and darkest shade. Not bad at all on either of them, though I do believe with the built-in halo, if you pushed it too far on the paler doll, you would definitely lose her in the glow. And here is our still pose, Snowy Night Wanderer. It is a half-length pose, but it can work as a full-length pose, though most of the time your left hand is going to be gone inside of these skirts if you're wearing a dress or anything. And here it is replacing the item with a right hand and a left hand and a two-handed, and with focus on. And this is one of the bouquet poses, and as you can see, Withering Night does not work. Perfume and Palm does work. Layers of Flowers works. And here's what the pose looks like with an umbrella. But most of your handhelds are just going to default into their regular position. You can use the bound hands with this one though. The Auspicious Koi handheld does work with this, as does the Broken Crystal bouquet, though it does clip into your chest and close quite a lot. And oddly enough, if you equip the handheld, instead of clicking default handheld, if you go through and click Fragrance of Lily by itself, it doesn't auto into its handheld position. It does the clipped one like this. So if you click out of that handheld and then want to bring it back in, you need to go back up to the top and click default handheld. Blue Lover works. I was kind of surprised about that. Oh, look at this. This is weird. So I clicked on this one and then I click on Spring Embroidery and it defaulted into the flowers. I'm not sure why that happened, but that's pretty much it. It's just your bouquets and a couple of odd items. Actually, take that back. It's just your bouquets, not even all the bouquets, and then the one koi fish stick. Alright, and here's the dynamic pose, Snow's Heart, without the fancy camera highlighting the movements. Lots of movement in this one. I do like that finale pose as well. I've used that one a lot in my cover photos. And here's the expression for Snowy Night Wanderer. It is a slight smile where you look down a little bit. And here's the expression for Snow's heart. That was a very long look down. So this one's not too expressive. She's mostly looking down the entire time. Pretty blank. Alright, and now I'm going to go ahead and click through the filters so you can kind of get a glimpse of how you might be able to change the atmosphere of the scene itself. And here is your effects or your retouch settings. Very, very bright. Like I said, that built-in halo is really, really strong. Your DOF. Your white balance. Your saturation. That moon gets very sunny. And your contrast. As for hotspots, there's not really any where they provide like a super glow or anything. I do really like the little swans in here. They're super pretty. Though I don't know how many swans would actually stay in a frozen landscape like this, because most of the time they migrate unless they can find a spot with unfrozen water, you know, so they can keep a little warmer. I mean, they're a cute touch. I'm just being nitpicky. And my favorite part of this scene is actually the moon and the clouds in the background. I think it's gorgeous, and I love the light that it gives off, that soft warm glow. It's so pretty. And I'm just gonna go and click through these scenes if it's either winter or lake, so you can kind of see if you would prefer a different winter landscape scene. This one does have snow in it and falling snow. I meant to say it's got fluffy snow on the ground and falling snow, and then I just said snow twice. It was silly. This one also has falling snow, though I don't really consider this one a winter one despite all of the winter glass and the snow. It's just because you can't see the snow on the ground. It's very outside and you're inside, so the snow kind of like loses its value. And you also have gifted look, a icy snow crystal scene. There's also the Crescent Ambassador snow scene, very Disney princess, with a massive moon that is super crescent shaped. There's also Flake Fairyland that has snow in it, and there's Rhyme Realm that's wintry, and here's a lake one, Lit Mountains. And that is all that I have for like snowish, lakeish scenes. So if you do like this one, the Moonlit Lake one, I do really like the lighting for this one. It's my favorite one out of all of the lake and snowy scenes. It just looks really nice on my doll because the kind of like warm glow matches her skin a little bit better than the other ones where the lighting is more cool toned. And here's the chat bubble rhyming summer. It is a very blue chat bubble with little ice cubes and a little ice mountain and a tiny little moon. The text inside of it is a black, which is fine because the chat bubble is very light, so anything lighter than this and it's gonna lose that contrast that makes it pop a little bit. I did pair it with this little mountain blue background to try and tie them together. It's not bad. It's kind of like pretty simple, and there is like on the corners where there's not ice on the chat bubble, it does kind of look like melting snow, like piles of snow almost. Like that's the feel they wanted to give the shape of the block underneath of the appliques. Alright, that's everything I have for the scene pack Snowfall Lake. I hope you found this helpful and useful in deciding if you would like to add it to your collection or not. As always, I will talk to you later. Bye bye!